What is up, everybody? What is up? How is everybody doing today, man? You already should know how it go. It is your boy B back with another video. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about something that I was talking to my friend this morning about. And you know I like to chat with y'all, and I like to come live with purpose. I don't like to just come live to just sit there and let y'all see me eating dinner. I don't like to sit there and let y'all see me doing nothing. Like, if you're going to sit there and look at me and you're going to take the time to watch me, you need to get value. So, number one, we got to stop. And what we have to stop is we got to stop thinking that just because we hustling and we trying to get bread and we trying to get money, that we're actually doing something. Now, let me explain, right? So my friend was talking to me and he was like, yo, bro, and a lot of people been telling me this throughout the years, yo, you really a hustler. Like, you really are. And I'm talking about people that don't even watch my channel. They don't watch my TikTok. They don't watch anything that I really necessarily do. But they tell me like, yo, I admire how you always hustle, because the people that know the real me know that I go through ups and downs just like everybody. You feel me? We all go through problems, hardships. But it's all about how you bounce back, and it's also how you use it, right? Now, let me ask you guys, why do we have stop signs? Why do we have stop lights? Why do we have rules, right? Why do we have those? Now, I'm going to be honest. Like me, I don't always follow the rules. I got a bunch of tickets. I don't even pay my tolls all the time, okay? There's been times where I passed Easy Pass tolls and didn't pay. There's been times where I was out of state and I just charged it to the fact that I'm in the rental car, and then I paid the rental car place at the end. But I've always had moments where I broke rules. But one thing I will say is I still got home safe, right? I have blown a stop sign. I have ran a red light. I have not stopped at a crosswalk before. But like, why did I not crash, right? And I was talking to one of my students today. He got with his girlfriend. They got to a hotel. And he was explaining to me that he got to the hotel with his girl, and his mom, he has a kid, he has a son. His mom called him right when he was at the hotel with his girl, talking about his son sick. So it messed up his whole thing. And he was just telling me how I've been working my behind off, and now all of a sudden, now it's all of these emergencies coming up and I can't do X, Y, and Z. And I asked him, what's your system? He said, what you mean, what's your system? I said, so I understand that you're going through X, Y, and Z, but what systems do you have in place just in case things fall apart? And he's like, well, I don't necessarily have a system. And I'm like, duh. That's why yesterday you woke up with no money, and today you woke up with no money, right? Like, a lot of us, we want to make money. That's like one of the goals. We want to make money. We want to be happy. We want to feel accomplished. But how do you feel accomplished, make money, and be happy when you don't know what the hell you're doing today? How do you do that? Right? So he started to say, yeah, you're right. I do need a system. And I said, you do. Because see, just because I know when to stop at a stoplight, and I know that if I stop at that stoplight, that other cars have the green light, so I shouldn't go. But there's been times where there was a red light and I ran the red light, but I looked to make sure that the other cars weren't coming. Now, I know everybody, we all obey the traffic signs online. I don't. Okay, I don't. There's been times when I ran stop signs, but I made sure another car wasn't coming. See, it wasn't the fact that I wanted to be disobedient and not obey the rules. It was the fact that I know that I trust myself, so I just ignored the sign. I trust the system that I had before crossing that street. And it's the same thing when it comes to business, right? A lot of people don't understand you're so freaking close to success. The only reason why you're not getting that success that you want is because you don't have your own system in place. You want to know why you clock in and you go to a 9 to 5 every day or 5 days out the week? Because you're going off of someone else's system and you feel comfortable in it. Because you know that Bob, John, Rob, whoever the hell your boss is, or whoever their boss is, whoever owns the company you work for, they created a system that you fall in place with. They then pay you in return just enough to make sure that you're comfortable in that system enough to come back. But you're not ever going to be able to leave that system because you're so distracted in that system to focus on your own. And to all of my entrepreneurs out there that's really trying to make money and you're grinding your ass off, you sitting there listing products, selling products, doing pop-up shops, you doing digital products, you doing flea markets, all of these different assets that you feel like you are accumulating and all the hard work you're doing. You ever feel like I'm doing so much work, but I'm not getting shit out of it? You ever feel that way? Like, I'm doing so much work, but I'm not getting nothing. Like, I'm just not getting nothing. The reason why you're not getting anything is because you don't have a fucking system. Prime example. I'm gonna help y'all out, right? So I sell digital. I sell physical and digital products, right? So on hustlertoldme.com, I sell digital products and services where we help people make money. And then with my wholesale company, We Supply at wesply.com, I sell physical products. So I got digital and physical, right? Two entities. So here's where I have to think, right? When I sit down with my accountant at the end of the year, I have one company right here and another company on this paper, right? Then I got to think to myself, well, what company is more valuable? So then I got to break down, okay, the digital product space is okay, but the physical product space is way better, right? Thank you. The physical product space is way better. So I have a system to say, all right, I'm going to prioritize my physical products over my digital because it only makes sense. But see, not a lot of people. Thank you, everybody on TikTok and YouTube. I hope you guys are listening because I swear this is going to help you. Not a lot of people realize that, if I keep waking up and doing the same shit, I'm going to get the same results. See, a lot of people wake up and go to their job and they have a dream. They like, when I get older, or by next year, I'm going to have a house. I'm going to buy a house, or I'm going to get that new car. How you going to get the new car when you're doing the same old shit? How does that make sense? It don't make sense. And that's why people don't succeed, because they don't have a system in place. Now I'm going to give y'all some advice and tell you guys what I do, right? So I used to not have no system. What I used to do is I used to work as hard as I could, busting my ass, trying to do as much as I can to make as much money as possible. And then when I sat there and realized that the more I did, the more tired I was, the more upset at myself I became, because I didn't. Thank you so much, Gavin. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. I appreciate it all. Thank you. But I realized that I wasn't really gaining anything, but literally putting stuff in. And the more I put into the machine, the more I started to realize I'm giving more than what I'm getting. And a lot of people quit entrepreneurship because of that. Because they're giving more than they're getting, right? Like, I put so much money into these products, or I put so much money into this digital product that this person told me will make me money. I got a guy on my Instagram, right? And this guy is a absolute fraud, and I love watching him. Why? Because I study my competition. I can learn from everybody on social media because I'm not the best social media marketer. I'm not the best content creator, right? So I can learn from everybody. But I'm watching this guy and he gets some engagement, but every day, he tells people, hey, you guys should create an ebook. All you need is Canva, but you're too busy working a 9 to 5. Go, and then he has on his little reel, he shows you like him going to Canva. Go to Canva, create an ebook, sell it. Click the link in my bio for coaching. And I watch it, and I'm looking at his content. I'm thinking to myself, how does that make sense to anybody? How does it make sense that you can do something that everybody else does? You're going to put into that, right? And then you're going to expect you're just going to get money. You're just going to get it, right? How does it make sense that you can just do something so basic and think that you're going to receive a reward that is so unique, or you're going to be looked at as a prize or as a need, right? Because we all want to be needs. All of us entrepreneurs, we want to be needed, right? That's the point. But I'm going to tell y'all this, okay? The difference, the gap, the missing piece, everything, I promise you, try it this week, is that you don't write the stuff down, hold on, and hold yourself accountable for it. So, right here, right? This is everything I got to get done today. Everything I got to get done today, okay? Now, I separate my days into 3 days, okay? Like, I'm just showing y'all, like, everything I'm saying is 100% legit. And what I do is I write down what I got to do, but I also hold myself accountable. So, you ever put in work and you're like, let's say you're editing a video. Now, most of y'all may not be video editors or even content creators. Maybe you're trying to sell a product, so you listing products. But if you're doing it, you're obviously feeling motivated at the time. But you ever do something and you feeling mad motivated, and then all of a sudden you like, damn, I'm tired. I'm ready to stop. I need a break, right? Procrastination starts creeping in. But then see, when you write stuff down, and then you like, okay, this is my checklist. All right. Number 1, I got to get 5 products listed. Number 2, I got to make sure that I work on my website and get 2 of my website pages done. Number 3, I got to make sure that I email all clientele back. Number 4, I got to make sure I create email campaigns. Number 5, I got to make sure I look at my analytics from last week. Number 6, I got to make sure, boom, boom, boom. And you keep going, right? And you write that checklist. Now, you have 1 through 6 that you're writing down. You need to make sure that you get through each one and then reward yourself. I'm telling you, this is how it works. When you want to become successful, you have to develop some type of consistency and some type of accountability, because if you don't hold yourself accountable with your own business, nobody will. Ain't nobody here to say, yo, B, get your ass up and work. Ain't nobody here to say, yo, you slipping. You just spent $1,000 this week and you've made nothing back from that. Yo, you just put X amount in the Trump coin and you lost money. How you gonna make it back? You better get your ass up. Nobody's there to say that but you. And you ever been embarrassed to be yourself because you know that you didn't hold yourself accountable? All of my parents out there, how do you expect your children to think that you can lead them when you can't lead yourself? All of my men out there, how do you expect a woman to think that you can lead them and you can't lead yourself? You can't hold yourself accountable. How? See, these are things we got to start thinking about, especially as entrepreneurs, because while we do want to make money and while we do want to be successful, we also have to understand we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard than the next person. And where we mess up is that we think the more work that we put in is the more that we get, when it's not how it works. It's the more strategy and system that you have implemented, the more you'll get out, because that system that you created is going to work like clockwork while your life is falling apart. A lot of people got things fucked up in life. A lot of us have fucked up lives. We have things that go wrong. None of us out here are victims. Everybody is going through something. Everybody has went through something. So when people call me or they book a call and they come with a sob story, yes, I listen. Yes, I empathize. Yes, I do feel for you, but I'm going to be completely honest. There's nothing that throws me off because everybody has been through something. But see, a lot of people don't have systems to get through what they've been through. A lot of people don't have the systems to say, hey, I'm going to go to therapy. Hey, I'm going to do this to work on myself. Hey, I'm going to do that. Even though I don't feel like it or I don't think I need it, I know for a fact that in order for me to be able to accomplish 1 through 6 or 1 through 10 or whatever you have on your checklist, I need to make sure I'm good in this area. So while, yes, we have rules, we have stop signs, we have stoplights, we have laws in place. We got all of that. But all of these things that we have, we don't need. We don't need stop signs because common sense tells you to stop when somebody pulls up. We don't need laws because at the end of the day, it's survival of the fittest regardless. People break the laws regardless, but we have these because it is a system and it's a structure. And sometimes you might not be the one to do the wrong thing. Sometimes something may happen out of your control. So maybe instead of running that red light this time, you're like, all right, the light red, let me stop. Let me stop. So you stop at that red light. And then you see somebody blowing past the yellow light. And you know that if you would have ran that red light, you would have smashed right into that person. But see, that was a non-controllable. You couldn't control the fact that they sat there and they started speeding past the yellow light. But the rule that was put in place saved you. It saved you time, saved you effort, and also saved you losing out on maybe your car or losing out on that opportunity. So it's all about understanding that as people that want to be great, we have to hold ourselves to a high standard, and the standard that we actually go through every day, most of us. Because most people have 9-to-5 jobs, right? Most people clock in. Forget that. Even if you don't clock in, let's say you do a DoorDash or you do a Uber Eats. They have rules too. Let's say you do Lyft. Let's say you do Uber. They have rules too. And that's the beautiful part about this whole entire thing. The beautiful part is no matter what happens to you, no matter in your control or out of your control, you have the ability to fix your situation. It's up to you if you're going to sit there, be sporadic and scattered everywhere, disorganized, talking about I'm an entrepreneur. You know, every time I turn around, every time I put my head up, there is a new entrepreneur out here. There is a person saying that they're an entrepreneur doing X, Y, and Z. Okay? There's people saying that they're doing this, people saying they're doing that, but don't even know or have any purpose when they wake up. They don't have no purpose. They don't have no checklist. They don't have nothing to wake up and live for besides their family and the things that actually require money. I wake up and I wake up to children, right? We wake up to our kids. We wake up to our significant others. We wake up to our parents, you know, not in the same bed, but you get what I'm saying. We wake up to responsibilities, house, car, all of that. But let me ask you something. We wake up to all of this shit that costs us money. But some of us, most of us, we wake up with a whole bunch of responsibility, but no plan to handle it. We wake up to a whole bunch of bills, but no plan on how we're actually going to be able to get the bill money and also get some money so that we could be able to enjoy our lives. No plan. A lot of us are unprepared, unstructured, and we just think that hustling and working overtime. I hate an overtime worker. I do. I hate an overtime worker. Because see, when you work overtime, one, it's not commission, obviously. It's hourly if you're working overtime. Number two, if you're working overtime, your mind is fucked up. It's something wrong with your mind if you're working overtime. The reason there's something wrong with your mind if you work overtime is because you think that money is overtime. That's what an overtime motherfucker tells me. They tell me that I think that money is more important than time. So let me ask everybody watching this right now. If hypothetically you got to choose between money and time, which one could you never get back? Which one could we never ever get back? Time, right? We're not even going to do the suspense and shit. You can never get time back. You can never get your time back. No matter how much you beg, plead, or whatever, I'm getting old by the minute. You're getting old by the minute. I'm either getting richer by the minute or broker by the minute. And see, what people that do overtime think is, oh, I'm getting richer by the minute. So while, yes, you are making money by the minute, you're still getting taxed by the minute. You know that, right? So let's think about a 9-to-5 strategy. Number one, I've already did a live telling you guys how when you work a 9-to-5, the main point of working a 9-to-5 is for them to give you enough money for you to be able to survive, but need to come back to them. I've also gave the example of my dog Hustle. I have a dog. His name is Hustle. He's a German Shepherd. He eats when I tell him to. He drinks when I tell him to. If I don't give him water, he don't drink. If I don't give him food, he don't eat. If I don't take him out the bathroom, he pees and poops where he is at. He does what I say because I run his life. And a lot of you guys are living like dogs. And that's a fact. So yes, while you think that your 9-to-5 is putting money in your pocket, your 9-to-5 is actually conditioning you to being lower than what you can be. Now, is it anything wrong with a 9 to 5? Absolutely not. Now, how does that sound like a contradiction? Because I'm telling you that a 9 to 5 is holding you back. And yet, if you don't want to be held back, you need to be able to be an entrepreneur, right? You need to be able to be somebody that owns your own shit, right? No. You need to be somebody that doesn't depend on just your 9 to 5. It doesn't mean you got to be an entrepreneur. You can have a side income. But one thing you have to do in life, right? One thing you have to do in life, no matter what, is decide what the hell you want. I hate talking to people and I ask them, yo, what's your end goal? And they don't know what to say. If you go up to somebody, 9 times out of 10, they will not know what the hell you're talking about when you say, what is your end goal? What is your end goal? When you die, what goal do you want to have met? The main goal. Do you want generational wealth? Do you want to own property to leave to your family? Do you want to just die? What is your end goal? See, that determines where you should be going in life, right? But even if that is the case, even if you have any type of end goal, you got to have some type of system to get there. See, because a goal ain't shit. You can have a goal, but a goal is just something that is imaginary. I remember walking in the gym, right? I played high school basketball and I was really, really good, but I was misled because I didn't have no dad. So like I didn't have nobody to take me to AAU practice and I ain't had nobody to do certain things for me, right? So what would happen is my coach, he would be the one to act like that father figure. But he was walking me around the gym one day, and this is when I was a freshman. I came into my tryouts, my high school tryouts, catching lobs, throwing balls off the backboard, dunking, doing all of this crazy stuff, just trying to impress him. And I did. I impressed everybody. Trust me, I impressed everybody. They're like, oh my God, did you see that kid from Philly? Did you see that guy? I was that, right? And then the coach, he came up to me, and I'll never forget this. He came up, put his arm around me. He said, yo, I feel so sad for you. I said, Coach, why you say that? He said, I feel sad for you because you didn't have a father figure to help mold your talent. But you got a lot of potential, Brandon. And I looked at him and that rung in my head. And I thought to myself, let's go. I'm a starter. I'm going to be on varsity. I'm going to get that starting spot immediately. It didn't happen. And when I asked him why I'm not starting, he said, I said you had potential. I didn't say that you had it yet. And a lot of us in life, we just going off of our potential. So I thought I was the shit. You feel me? So I walk into practice with a different type of lean. You feel me? I'm not going too hard during practice because I'm thinking I already got it. A lot of us, we like, yo, I see how hard I work and I know how much products I got and I know that I can do this and I know I could do that. So I'm good. But then in reality, when you wake your ass up, you get out of bed, you put your drawers on, put your socks on, brush your teeth, do whatever you got to do, right? And you walk outside that door and then you go into real life, you got to realize that everything you did this morning, the next person did. You ain't no different, no special. Just like you think you got potential, that other person do too. So it's not about what you did in the back when nobody saw you. It's actually about what happens and what work people actually see comes from you, how much you produce. You got potential and productivity. A goal is potential. I will potentially meet this metric. I will potentially get to this point in life, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do it. And how do you get there? You get there by writing checklists, by having a system. Yo, every day I wake up, I need to go to the gym. Every day that I wake up, I need to make sure that I film my content. Every day that I wake up, I need to make sure that I hold myself accountable and don't do anything that makes me feel good until I do. I need to make sure that I put my socks and drawers on. That's a system. Everybody that takes showers every day, that's a system. Everybody that eats every day, that's a system. That's a system. So you know you can do it. But a lot of us haven't done it. But none of us, and that's the thing. And I want to make this very clear. It's not that we can't do it, right? It's that we don't have the balls to get up, write some shit down and say, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to make sure this is done. We don't have the balls to do this. We don't have the balls to actually hold ourselves accountable. You want to know why? I'm gonna keep it a stat. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I used to be like this. We don't have the balls to actually write down the shit we got to get done because we won't be able to look at ourselves in the mirror knowing, or be able to walk confidently knowing that we don't even respect ourselves enough to hold ourselves accountable. We don't do that. We can't expect to feel good, but we don't even hold ourselves accountable. Yeah, man, I said I was going to do this, this, and this, but I didn't do not shit. It's a difference. It's a difference. And a lot of people are doing so many great things, but they don't realize that what they're doing great doesn't matter because it ain't good enough. I'll give you a good example. All of my people out there that got clothing lines, clothing brands. All of my people out there that got clothing brands. Let me ask you something. When are you going to realize it ain't going to work? I'm going to say a lot for everybody in the back. Everybody that has clothing brands out there, when are you going to realize your clothing brand is shitty? When you going to realize that? When you going to realize that nobody really wants your clothing brand logo on their chest? Nobody wants it. If they buy it, they're trying to support you. They're not supporting the logo. When are you going to realize, all of my rappers out there, that nobody wants to hear you? When are you going to realize that you're never going to be assigned and nobody finds you entertaining? When are you going to realize that? To all of my product resellers, when are you going to realize that all of the products that you're buying from AliExpress, Alibaba are shitty? Nobody wants them. To all of my candle makers out there, when are you going to realize that the candles that you're making are shitty? They smell like shit. Nobody wants them. Let me tell you when. When you actually have a system and then you actually look and you like, all right, I printed out 30 shirts last week and I sold 10. Okay. 20 left. All right. By next week, I'm going to, instead of just going out 5 days, I'm going to go out 10 days. I'm going to go out 10 days for 2 weeks. Plus, I'm going to put 6 more hours out. I'm going to also pay for some Google ad promotions. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. And then next week, I'll come back and see if I got any progress. All right, boom. Next week comes. All right. Last week, I sold 10 shirts. This week, what the hell? This week I sold 5. All right. Well. All right. Next week, I'm going to sell 20 shirts. But I'm going to do even more promotion. And I'm going to do even more marketing. Then the other week comes. I only sold 1 shirt. Come on, I'm talking that shit. Because that's what people got to realize. It's like, bro, how many times are you going to fail and not be aware that you're failing? How many times are you going to ignore the fact that your shit doesn't work? How many times are you going to keep just trying to do something just to say you're being able to do something? A lot of us, we're doing stuff because we just want to be able to say we're doing stuff. Because it's cool. Somebody asks you, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I own Hustler Apparel Incorporation LLC. What does that do? Well, I am a mass producer in graphic t-shirts, and I have a location in Willow Grove Mall. Nice. I'm an entrepreneur. Hey, Brandon, what do you do? I have Hustlers Candles LLC. I sell candles. Oh, okay, cool. It sounds cool, but what is the revenue? What is the revenue? A lot of y'all, and this is how I'm gonna really get under people's skin with this shit, because I'm talking that shit. I'm talking shit that people don't want to hear. A lot of us, we've had businesses for 5+ years that ain't make us not one dime, but you still kicking. A lot of us, we got businesses that has been making $1,000 a year, but you still doing the same thing. How does that make sense? And even further than how does it make sense, why do you keep doing it? I'm going to tell you. Because you have to realize if you're doing something for a hobby, or you're doing something for income. Because what is that thing that we can't get back? Time. So if your business sucks, if your business ain't bringing you no money, it ain't the business that is failing. It's you. So what you got to do is you got to have a system in place to be like, okay, yo, listen, I only sold 5 shirts that week, not because I didn't promote. It's about to get sticky. Not because I didn't promote or because I didn't go out. It's because I'm nobody. Brandon, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about, and there's some game for people that sell clothes. There's some game. I'm about to tell y'all. What I'm talking about, it don't matter how much drip you got on. It don't matter how nice your clothes are. It don't matter how nice your logo is, how bright your outfits are. It don't matter how many followers you buy. Let me tell you something. People will only buy, especially from clothing brands, when it becomes valuable. When I see that when I go out in your shirt, people will look at me and just see value, not see just somebody in a regular t-shirt. Now, there are going to be people that buy your shit. Don't get it twisted, because they want to support you. See, that's another way a clothing brand makes money. You make money by building your personal value before you build your shirt's value. You make your money by saying, yo, I'm going to build my brand, me, what I have. I'm going to build my brand, because all of us can build a brand within inside ourselves. See, what I had to learn was the most important thing to brand is the information inside of your brain. Because, see, you can brand products all you want, but products will always go out of style. I didn't say they will be wiped away, because electronics will never go. They'll never leave. They'll never be irrelevant. But having that brand to where people want to know what's inside your brain makes you as a person valuable. Matter of fact, it makes you even more valuable than the product you're selling. So if people like you and people see your value, people will then see your clothes value. Now, what people do is they'll ship clothes to celebrities, pay celebrities to wear them, and see, that is the definition of investment. And that's a whole nother life. But I want to stick with the point of, you find out if your business sucks. You find out if you're wasting your time. You find out if you need to do something else by literally having a system. If you don't have a system, if you don't wake up and write a checklist of, yo, I need to do this, and this, you're fucked. That's it. That's it. Because there's no way to hold yourself accountable. And a lot of us, we don't hold ourselves accountable. And when we don't hold ourselves accountable, there's nobody there. There's nobody to tell us. And that's the difference between somebody successful, somebody that's actually successful, and somebody that wants to look successful. That's the difference. So I wanted to bring that to you guys, but not to bring anybody down, not to hurt anybody's feelings or step on anybody's dreams. But I think the harsh reality of what it is way better than not facing the harsh reality of what you're not doing. Like, what I urge you guys to do whenever you're watching this, whenever you turn this video off, write a checklist. What you got to do today or what you got to do tomorrow. Write that checklist. And what I want you to do, complete the whole checklist. Complete it. Because see, you get a different type of sleep when you know for a fact I did everything I could today possible to become 1% better. I did everything in my power to become 1% better. I'd rather be a failure knowing that every single day I worked my freaking ass off and I put everything I had into it. I'd rather do that than wake up, be a bum, and think that, oh, well, life is just going to be lifing. Just going to take whatever they give me in life. It's not how it works, guys. It's not how it works. And we got to be better at making sure we are holding ourselves accountable. Creating a system, abiding by the system, and the best way to start is a checklist. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys. I will continue to support you guys no matter what. You guys need me, hit me up. And yeah, any questions or concerns, I got your back like a bra strap. Oh, I forgot to look at these. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so make a checklist, do all of that. Come back, man. Let me know how it go. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.